Yeah. Splinter Faction.
Hello, I am D.O.M of DnD, or you can call me D.O.M of DnD. Doesn't really matter as long as you have the dots in between. I am a 19-year-old rapper from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. If you don't know where that is, look up a map. Yeah, and I've been doing this for about 7-ish years. I started way back when I was covering Eminem songs, like Not Afraid, Lose Yourself, My Band, Berserk, things like that. That's what really got the ball rolling.
I've been the flies of MCs, traumatize them, they'll see a shrink like no Viagra in their pain. Been the bitter pill conceived cause
what drove me to become an artist was, it was the best way I had to express who I was, you know? I always found it very helpful to just write shit down and then record it. I've always found that very helpful for me, you know?
Why cause all of you hit and miss. If you're trying to spit with a sink, get smoked on 3 sides with a trick. Mysterious like pyramids and
alright, influences, rapid fire, let's go. Okay, Eminem, later eras, maybe Music to Be Murdered By or the Marshall Mathers LP 2. King ISO, his older shit when he was reality up until now with Big Facts. Royce the 5'9", early shit and his later shit. Griselda, mainly Benny the Butcher and Conway's older stuff. And last but not least, this is more of a motivational thing as well as trying to push my boundaries as an artist as to what I can do and make sure I can be more confident in my stuff. Indigo White's catalog. It's not just because I'm a mod and this is one of the caps she gave me, you know? Great person all around, you know? Alright.
trick, I keep them rolled up, dick riding. No need for blue lives if I get to cop a riot with clips unloading quick, accurate hits.
One of the dreams that I really do have as an artist, I just want to have my own place where I can have a studio. It's all safe, you know, very comfortable, you know, very simple stuff like that. Nothing entirely crazy. But if we're talking more ambition, maybe getting to a point where I'm actually able to collaborate with people I look up to, as mentioned before, that would be really fun. Or just being recognized as a GOAT, you know. I may not be recognized as a GOAT now, but who knows, depending on how things go for me, I may or may not, you know. So songs that stuff that I've been listening to recently are Tyler the Creator's older works, like Bastard, French and Blow are my favorites from that, as well as Ass Milk, as well as Goblin, like Radical's really great. Window, great storytelling, and Yonkers is just phenomenal. Like the whole Jesus called you and he said he's sick of the disses. I told him to quit bitching. This isn't a fucking hotline. I'm just like, that's phenomenal, dude. No one can be as edgy as that nowadays, you know? If you were as edgy as that nowadays, either you don't get paid attention to or you get canceled in a heartbeat, you know? And then there's also songs from Earl like Grief and Chum. I've always found that great because of the production quality and how much multi-syllabic rhyme schemes that Earl manages to put in his older stuff.
Need for blue lives if I get to cop a riot with clips unloading quick, accurate hits. I meant every rapper spipping, describing your crew as shit that like me a Khalifa.
Okay, so post-nut clarity is one of the ways I come up with songs. That and also just binging shit on YouTube. Like, I might just binge something from Comic Storian's YouTube channel, mainly just the Darkest Night trilogy, or I might be looking at more cinematography stuff. I might be looking at more games, and then I'll draw inspiration from that. Like, the video I have right now is one of Mark's Honey Pop Let's Plays. I could say I could say something like, I could make an arcade game, don't let the honey pop, just let the marks play, something like that, you know? And then just roll with that, and then that's how some of my verses would just pile up, you know?
Describing your crew as shit that like me a Khalifa, bitch. Why cause all of you hit and miss if you're trying to spit with this.
Okay, you know the bit in Eminem's Shady 2.0 cypher with Yellow Wolf, Slaughterhouse, and Royce the 5'9", where he goes,
lyrical, miracle, spiritual, individual, criminal, subliminal, in your swimming pool.
That's what I'm trying to do. I may have had success, I may have not. It really is just a dwindling market nowadays. And then if you add my voice and my delivery, my newer stuff is a lot more like a mix of NF and Earl. And then my older stuff, like way before I ran into r/making hip hop, way before r/making hip hop, I was doing like a slam poetry type thing where I really was just trying to get the ropes of how to rap. If I weren't rapping, I would probably just be going harder in my astronomy. I would wind up becoming either an astronomer or a film director, who knows? Because those are the two things I really liked growing up before I ran into music. As for now, I don't have a job, and I'm pretty sure by the time any future boss runs into my music, I probably get fired immediately, you know?
Get it all up to bet you didn't. Y'all would if you paid attention. Y'all couldn't comprehend. My bar's been intelligent.
Favorite song to sing in the shower. Okay, so that really all depends on my mood. If I'm sad, I'll probably be doing something like something off of Igor, Tyler the Creator's newer stuff, or maybe something from Eminem's King Mathers era. If I'm like hyped up or chill, I'd probably be doing something like later Eminem or Alfred's Theme, you know, or Dr. Birds by Griselda, shit like that, or even Earl's shit, because his rhyme schemes are so good to catch upon, like in Chum, the blunt and mice in the trap, to wife for the black kids and to wife for the black, they're dead. Like that whole rhythm is so fascinating to me.
Witchcraft and songs I spit, curse y'all with the same messages, but they got different spellings, and my words been hurt and offended.
Let me go show you which animal I would be, because it really all depends on the owners, alright? This would be the animal that I'd be for a day. a freaking 2-year-old golden retriever. You know, I could just be pampered all the time, and I could just be pampered all the time if I have good owners, and I'd actually be able to have, and I could actually be able to be happy for once, you know?
He's not humble, them they all rent and not. You don't know what a dollar costs. Why? Cause I broke all y'all minimal defense.
My favorite Splinter Faction member really all depends on who I'm really judging it off. If we're talking production value, we're talking either Russ or GD, because you can see with both of them, they can be very versatile while also being unique. Russ always has that very gritty, boom-bap, trappy sample, while GD can be more chill, but also boom-bappy too, you know? But if we're talking lyricism, we're talking people like Fluke, Russ, 1L, because Russ is able to shoehorn multi-syllabic rhyme schemes together in such a way that it sounds natural and it's not very try-hard. 1L is pretty much the same when it comes to punchlines, if you've listened to his cypher entries. And then with Fluke Human, with his punchlines, although it's very start-stop, you can figure out exactly how it's going to play out. It gives a good reaction, you know?
No wonder y'all showing that you flop. Try to bust, no I cannot. Why bother talking my talk when I can show how I go hard?
One of the things I love with collaborating with the rest of Splinter Faction is we all get a part on a track where we get to shine, or we have a part in an EP. I'm not hinting to anything, you know? I'm not hinting to anything, but it shows how diverse we can be as artists, as well as how well bonded together. If you've listened to our Cypher Supercuts, you know exactly what I mean. If there's one thing I hate about Splinter Faction, it's just the fact that we're so spread out, and while that may be a good thing because it's part of our identity, it's kind of a negative thing, especially now during the pandemic, because we're all on our own schedules, and it's very difficult for us to actually link up if we were in a physical studio session where we could all just spitball ideas immediately. We don't have to wait for anyone else. That's one of the things I have a hard time with, is just the waiting, the time, seeing if anyone is still going to be down after they say yes 2 weeks down the line, you know? Like, that might be the one thing I have a hard time accepting as a rap supergroup member. But hey, you know, we're just trying to make the best of our situations. Our Discord server for ourselves and our subreddit have helped that tremendously. So, future projects that I have in the works is I'm working on an EP. It's going to be a little bit of a surprise. And on that EP, it's probably going to be somewhere near the future when I'm about halfway through with the songs. The EP has a single I'm working on featuring Fluke Human. You might have seen his episode from the starter of the Meet the Faction series. It's called Johnny Sins. I'm pretty sure you can figure out what it's going to be about, right? So that's going to be out once we have our mixing, our mastering, and our artwork. Thanks to Bex and Bright and myself. Aside that, I also have a remix of Follow Me, a song that Russ, Fluke, and Bex and Bright worked on. You can check it out on their SoundCloud. Other than that, I have my weekly ciphers that go up on my YouTube channel and my SoundCloud every Wednesday. Otherwise, that's all. Thank you for having me on, and I'll see you guys when they release. Yeah!